Good morning.
Good morning. This is Meditation Reflections. Welcome. Cloudy but no wind. Beautiful day. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Should I go or
Yeah,
do
you
wanna...
go.
Okay. What I got this morning was first a bit about some personal healing, so you don't need to hear about that. But anyway, what I got after that was about reacting and acting and the difference. When a situation or event or a cycle of events happens and we have a reaction, be careful that it's not a knee-jerk reaction or an automatic or habitual reaction. Yeah, look at it from, in other words, pause before you react, because you can come from a much more centered, balanced point of view, especially if you look at something from multiple perspectives. And be patient and a little slow to react, and make it an action rather than a reaction.
Removing the re.
Yeah. Take out the re and just have action. And usually it's much more positive and beneficial for everyone. So,
Yeah, when they call it a knee-jerk reaction, it's one that has no thought back of it.
yeah, it's instantaneous and it's often out of habit, and we get into patterns of habits that are often hold us back because we don't even think about them or realize that they're happening. They just, you just think, oh, this is the way I am, this is the way how things are supposed to be, and that's not true in all cases. So be patient with yourself, be patient with those around you, especially if they trigger you, and don't react out of fear or preconceived notions that may or may not be true. And if we have a pattern of doing that, the lifelong pattern of living in fear, especially, it delays your own development. It keeps you in a low vibration, and we don't need to be victims anymore. We're coming out of our victimhood on this planet and taking back our power. So that's what I wanted to say.
Interesting, because it parallels what I was saying. We're often astonished because we have this conversation, what'd you get, and we kind of compare notes. Mine was about the presence of spirit or God in everyday events. That getting to the point where you can notice when that is happening. Now, a synchronicity is, say, when you suddenly look down at your digital watch and it says 111 or 333 or 12 noon or something. How in the world did you look at that watch at the moment when it was on some even pattern? That's kind of like mathematically a physical impossibility, considering the number of random, like 5, 7, 12 that could come up.
Another thing is, I'll just throw this in, when we turned on the tablet, we broadcast through a tablet. The exact time was 9/11. So.
And it was kind of like, oh, yeah. That's kind of, we weren't trying to do it, and then suddenly this appears. My favorite ones are when lighting suddenly gets like a beam of light, the flower just right to make it exquisitely beautiful right then. And it's kind of going, God's going, see all the beautiful things I make? And look how beautiful. And a thing being spotlighted is very much a kind of random chance. I was thinking about a lot of the moments when you have a strong sensation of, I would say, God's power, essentially, or Spirit's power, trying to shape the world.
A greater sense of peace.
Greater sense of peace. In fact, that sense of peace inside yourself is you.
Yep.
Everything else is a temporary illusion that's being created by this or that, or even by yourself for distraction reasons. So as long as you're at peace, you're centered on yourself, you're in balance. I like your word of balance. You're probably going to make good decisions, and that's the best way to go. But I'm going to spend some time noting during the day when Spirit has gone, oh, wake up, remember me, notice me, and we need to converse. Yeah. And because that opportunity is always there.
Yeah, yeah. So peace is always with us. And in times of stress, just like I say, I'll say it again, don't react immediately. Just give it pause. And you know, and that's something we've known since childhood. Often a parent will tell its kid when it gets extremely angry, and I've seen this many times, you know, through TV or so, count to 10, you know, before you do anything. And that is actually a very good tactic, just even counting to 10.
So one is to deal with emotions that are strong, and you kind of go, wait a minute. A lot of times you have an automatic reaction, you don't like it later, and you kind of regret it. But the other part of it is center yourself. If you're at peace, that's the actual truth.
Look at what triggers you, and then try to figure out why it triggers you.
Yes, because you want to make sure you understand that one, and if it's not actually yours, clear it.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway, we hope you find a peaceful day. Lots of spots of sunlight on flowers.
Yeah.
And don't knee-jerk reactions. They're hard work on the knees. It's not good for them.
Thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Blessings upon you.
Blessings.